Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Nev here on Sage Tarot. It's lovely to have you joining me for this pick a card reading. And today we're going to be looking at what do you need to know right now? What's the message that you need to hear? And we have got 3 piles to choose from, and I'm using the Wild Child Oracle deck for those of you that are interested. So the first pile is this card here with the word reach. The second pile is this card with idleness. And then the third pile is the card that has the word thorn on it. There we go. Those are your 3 piles to choose from. Just go for the one that feels, you feel the most connected to, the most drawn to. But if you feel drawn to more than one pile, then it might mean you've got messages in more than one pile, and you can listen to as many piles as you like. But otherwise, I'll see you really, really soon in reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1, welcome back to your reading. Thanks for joining me. We are doing a reading on what you need to know right now. And you chose to come into the reading under the Reach card from the Wild Child Oracle deck, which is a great card actually. Okay, let's put that there. How are you all doing? I hope everyone's doing really, really well. Sending you all my love and light as always. Reminding you, of course, that we are doing general readings here. So please just take the messages that resonate with you. If they don't resonate, maybe they're for somebody else. But it was also timeless, this reading. So whenever you pick it up, it should be great. Or it should be relevant for you. So let's ask some oracle cards first. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to start off with some tarot. Let's start off with the tarot. So we're asking, what does pile number 1 need to know right now? What's the message they need to hear? So I'm going to take these out. Oh, we've got quite a few that have come out. I'm going to take them. So we've got 6 actually. So we've got 1, which is the Knight of Swords. The 4 of Wands. Temperance. The Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. Okay. Let's see what we got underneath. And the 7 of Pentacles. Right, let's get out our oracle cards as well before we say anything else. Let's get a few of those out. So, what does pile number 1 need to know right now? What do they need to know? What's the message that they need to hear today? What do they need to know? I'm going to go for that one right on the top there, which is Earth. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Okay. Let's, I'm just going to move these up a little bit so we've got them. Right, let's get an angel number for you. What do we need to know right now? 1818, with optimism. Successful manifestation of your abundance is near. Higher levels of optimism are needed as new abundant beginnings are on the horizon. Brighter days always come after the darkest of nights. Lovely. Okay, so optimism. And let's have one of these. What do I need to know? What do they need to hear? Crossing the veil, mourning. Crossing the veil, 37. Mourning. Then we've got this one here. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Soul, which is the sun. Okay. Key. Unlocking, answer, destiny, openness, solution, fulfillment. And we're going to go for one more. Clarity. Take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. Okay, so let's have a little think about this. So what I'm getting, the first message I guess that I'm getting here is it's time to move on something. It's time to take action. So If there's something that you've been procrastinating about or wondering about or thinking, should I do that? Should I make that move? Should I go for that thing? Should I go for that, whatever it is, whether it be a relationship, job, dream, business, whatever it happens to be, I think your message is it's time now to go for it, to reach for it, to take steps towards it, okay? It could be that you've been doing a lot of procrastinating here with the Seven of Pentacles, right? That you've been thinking, and there's nothing wrong with sort of weighing things up, thinking about things here, taking a moment to think about your situation, to figure it out. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's exactly what the Seven of Pentacles is, right? It's a sort of like a taking a step back to consider, look at your options, see how you could do things better, all of that kind of stuff. But it's now time, right? I think what the cards are saying is it's now time to take action. It's now time to do something, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles and you've got the Knight of Swords. And Knights are all about taking action, right? So you're definitely being asked to do that. You are being asked to be optimistic about whatever it is that you have been procrastinating about or wondering about or pondering about. You you are being asked to be optimistic, to look at it in a positive way, that things are going to happen for you, that you are just about to get whatever it is you want, or that dream that you're going for, or that relationship. Any of those things, it's a time now to be optimistic, okay? You're crossing over. I feel like there's a sort of transitioning happening for you, and you're being asked to go towards that transition, to go towards that change. Because if you do, with the Sun card here, it's going to be incredibly abundant for you. It's going to be incredibly happy for you. It's going to be very sunny. It's going to be very positive. But I suppose what they're saying is, you need to go with a positive mindset. You need to do it with a positive mindset. And you will achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Now, for some of you, what you might be wanting to achieve, what I can see from the cards here, is for some of you, it might be some sort of connection or to do with connections, relationships. So maybe, for example, I don't know, maybe you've been procrastinating or pondering on one particular relationship, whether to level up, whether to take it to the next level, whether to approach somebody, whether to speak to somebody, whether to let them know how you feel, whether to commit to it. This is about milestones, taking the next step, leveling it up, making it more committed, or making it better, making it more harmonious. So it could be that for many of you, it's about doing that now. It's about taking steps. It's about taking action, bold action here with the Knight of Swords, taking bold action to maybe, I don't know, having a relationship, repairing a relationship, creating a relationship, building a relationship. Now is the time to take action on that. The time for thinking was important, but it's now time to reach and act. Okay. Now the other thing it could be that you've been pondering about is, some of you, it could be about your health. Something to do with your health and feeling more healthy, more balanced, feeling so maybe you've been pondering about, should I take up that exercise program, or should I what diet should I follow, or what vitamins should I take, or should I start that meditation course or go on that retreat or whatever. Yes, basically is what you're being told. Yes, it's now time to take that action to lead a more healthy, a more balanced lifestyle, something that is going to make you feel internally and externally better in yourself, right? For others, we've got a lot of finances here. So for the Knight of Pentacles, it could be around a business, it could be around a job, it could be around, I don't know, changing jobs, going for that promotion, building that business, and you are going to acquire wealth. If you do that, you're going to acquire wealth and riches here with the Four of Pentacles. If you move towards that goal or that dream that you are thinking about, okay? It's all going to happen for you, but you must take action. That is the message. You must take action now. You must unlock the potential, and so it's not just potential, it's actually going to happen. You're actually going to take action to make it happen, right? Because you've got unlocking, answer, destiny, openness, solution, fulfillment. If you take you know, if you decide to take action, it's going to unlock whatever the thing it is that you've been pondering and procrastinating about and wondering about and not taking any action on. Now is the time to do it, all right? And the Three of Cups, and if you do that, it's going to lead to a lot of happiness for you. The Three of Cups is about happiness, it's about enjoyment, it's about, you know, enjoying the fruits of your labour or enjoying relationships or connections or feeling healthy. There's a lot of fruit here on this, you know, on these plates here. There's a lot of fruit around. Fruit represents health. So I feel like if you do all those things, and I feel the three main areas are relationships, health, and kind of money or work here, is what you might have been kind of pondering and wondering about and thinking what is going to be my next steps, right? And definitely your main issue, your main message is just go for it, start, whatever it is. Just to say, for example, it was to do with, you know, doing some kind of side hustle, right? The thing would be just do it, right? You might have watched all the videos, the guides, the advice or whatever on how to do it. Now's the time to just get on with it, really. You know, if you've been, I don't know, if you've been looking at someone from afar or you've been chatting with somebody online or, you know, romantically, now's the time to say, okay, when do you want to meet up? Or when shall we meet up? It's kind of like, let's just get on with it and give it some action. All right. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what you need to know here. But I'm going to have one more. I'm going to bring out one more angel card here as a last message for you, pile number one. What is that? What do they need to know? 14 possibilities. Building strong foundations creates stability and welcomes in possibilities. All possibilities exist and are amplified when gratitude is felt for the foundations that are in place. So it's about realizing that, you know, things are possible. All things are possible. You don't have to worry or ponder on it or think about it. You know, there's the realm of possibilities open for you, but it's about you having to get on with it, grab it and take it. All right, pile number one. That has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing, hitting the bell so you never miss an upload, maybe giving me a like. I'd love it if this channel would grow, so it'd be great if I had your support and I had you on board. Please do all those things to make that happen. But otherwise, have a great day. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, and welcome back to your reading. It's so great to have you here joining me for this pick a card reading. And we're looking at what do you need to know right now? What's the message you need to hear? And you chose to come into the reading under the Idleness card from the Wild Child Oracle deck. It's a lovely card, actually. I love the colours of all these cards that I picked for these readings. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. How you all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Sending you all my love and light as always. Reminding you that this is a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate. But it is timeless, so whenever you pick it up, it should be relevant for you. But let's get straight to it. Now I'm going to start off with some tarot. So we are going to ask for pile number two, for lovely pile number two, what do they need to know right now? What's the message that they need to hear, please? I'm going to go for, no, that doesn't want to come out. There we go. And we have the Devil. Okay. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear right now? We have the Lovers. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? We have the Nine of Wands. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the King of Wands. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Right, let's get out some oracle cards before we go before we say anything. So what's the message that they need to hear right now? What does pile number 2 need to hear right now, please? They need to hear right now. We have trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Okay, trust the timing. What do they need to hear right now? Willpower, 1616. So things may feel out of sync and not within your control. The whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and that your will is your superpower. Determination is key right now. Okay, and that's interesting. That comes right under the devil, which is a card of no willpower whatsoever, really. Okay, yeah. Let's just see. Okay, so what do you need to know? What do you need to hear right now? As above, so below. A manifestation, 40. Okay, what do you need to know? What do you need to hear right now? Omen. It's funny that, because I just had some messages through on my phone, and an omen is like a message. Okay. What do you need to hear? What do you need to know right now? Let go. Some things are best let go and let the universe work it out in its divine time. Okay, what do you need to know? What do you need to hear right now? We have a letter. That's also another message, isn't it? Document, message, news, speech, writing, communication. Right, okay. I feel like I want to look at the bottom. Bear, power, boss, courage, leadership, finance, protection as well. So let's have a look here. Now let's see what's going on here. Right, so there's definitely some sort of toxicity here. Either some toxicity or some limiting belief, or when I first saw this card I felt like I wanted to say I feel like you might be holding yourself back in some way or keeping yourself trapped in something that is not right for you. But it could be that it's your for many of you, it could be there's something about maybe being trapped in a connection or a relationship that isn't right for you, that isn't giving you what you need, that isn't serving you in any way. So there might be some sort of addiction going on there or some unhealthy dynamic going on there. And you are not being proactive with the idleness here in I suppose what I've got to say, in letting that go, really, because I don't feel that connection, if it's about a connection or a relationship, is right for you. And I think that you are maybe letting things slide, letting things go, not challenging, not just sort of doing it to what you think is maybe giving you a quiet life, when in actual fact it could be causing you quite a lot of suffering, right? You might be holding on to something with the 9 of Wands here that just isn't worth holding on to, okay? So I feel like I do want to say for some of you, there's something about being generous to yourself with the 6 of Pentacles and letting something go that is not being generous to you. I feel like that's kind of what I want to say here for some of you. If it's around, if that resonates with you, it's around, you know, some sort of connection. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It can be some kind of relationship that just is taking you for granted. It's not giving you what you need. It's maybe toxic. There's some sort of dysfunctional or attachment to it, or some kind of dysfunctional dynamic within it. And I feel like you have allowed things maybe to slide or allowed things to happen, which because you didn't want to challenge with the idleness here, you didn't want to deal with it, or you didn't want to look at it, you hoped it would get better, you were sort of hanging on to it. But what this is telling you is it's now time to let that go, right? And that's why you've also got willpower, because maybe you've somehow, and it's so easy to do, you know, when you're with someone and you care about them and then they do things and you think, well, why are they doing that? Well, let me just hang on and see if it's going to change, or let me just give them one more chance, or let me just give them one more opportunity. And then they don't change and they carry on with the Lover's card, maybe choosing other people, or not focusing in on you, focusing in on others, not giving you what you deserve. You kind of get a little bit ground down in that situation, and you lose your sense. Sometimes you can lose your sense of willpower and power, your own power. So what I think it's this message is saying to you, if you're in those kinds of relationships, and again, it doesn't have to be romantic, it can be any kind of relationship where you're not being valued, you know, people are actively not treating you right, then now is the time, and that's why you've got to trust the timing. Now is the time to let that go, right? To let that go, to kind of like draw a line under it and think, okay, you know, it was a difficult experience, a painful experience. I've learned from that. I don't wish that person any real will, but I do need to let them go, to release them, so that I can move forward in a more positive way, right? And that's why you've got the Ace of Wands, the Hangman. I'm shifting my perspective, I'm shifting the way I'm seeing things, and I want a new beginning for myself where I feel more confident, more capable, more kind of able, more more together in myself. And to be honest, I feel like all the omen and the letter is really just symbolic of this message to you, saying to you, it's now time to let something go that has not been serving you. Now, it could be as well, you know, that it's not necessarily a relationship. It could be anything. It could be a job. It could be something where you're just not valued and you're stuck in some sort of negative pattern, negative, maybe you're stuck in a negative mindset as well, or a mindset where you feel you can't achieve, or you can't, you know, there's no possibilities for you. There's something about you not being proactive here around something that is maybe where you're not getting the best of yourself. Either that's a relationship, a job, or something in your life where you've stopped kind of trying, really. And I think what this message is saying is it's now time to put yourself first, to you know, challenge what needs to be challenged, if that's your own mindset or if that's your own behaviour. It could be that you yourself have negative behaviours, or negative patterns, or negative ways of thinking, and it's now time to challenge that, to shift your perspective with the Hanged Man here, to move forward, and to change the way you're seeing things, or the way you're doing things, to be generous to yourself, and to and if you do that, so if you take time to be more reflective, you take time to look at your shadow, you take time to heal yourself, you have a bit more willpower, you will let go of these things, or this way of behaving or thinking, whether that's internal or external factors that are holding you back, okay? So that you can be more balanced with the as above, so below, so that you can manifest the kind of life that you want to manifest, which at the moment you might be holding yourself back from because you are tying yourself to either an external factor or an internal way of thinking and believing, or set of beliefs that hold you back, all right? So these two cards are saying, listen to this message, right? This is a good omen. This is a message, something coming towards you saying, please do, you know, look at things, deal with things, look at things in reality as they really are, right? Don't be lazy. Don't have your eyes closed. Open your eyes, look at things and see how they really are, and deal with them. I think that's probably what the message is here. Deal with them. And if you do, then with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, you can move from, you know, this new beginning to feeling very, very, very confident in yourself, very capable, very, you know, in control. The King of Wands is somebody who's in control, has a lot of willpower, is very successful. But that shift in perspective, or that shift in dynamic, has to happen, right? And you need to have willpower in order to make that happen for yourself, okay? And some of that involves, or that does involve, letting go, right? Letting go of certain things, or letting go of something a pattern of behaviour, a way of thinking, as I said before, which is no longer serving you. Okay, now it may be with a letter as well, or with a communication, that maybe you need to do some reading, maybe you need to do some research, maybe you need to look at things online about how you might go about doing that, or how you might go about helping yourself. But I think it is very much about getting your own power back, right, with the bear here. It's finding your own centre again, which you have, I feel like you might have lost a little bit because you got caught up in something or with someone or in a way of thinking that's been dragging you down. But it's about being kind to yourself. This to me represents your inner child, being kind to yourself, holding yourself in positive unconditional love and regard, drawing a line under it and saying, okay, now I'm going to move forward in a more positive way, but I need to let go of everything, all the wounds, all the heartache, all the heartache, all the hurt has been holding me back, and I need to move forward and become my real, my real authentic self, my real adult self. That's kind of what I think the cards are saying to you, pile number 2. But let's get one more angel card out for you before we leave this reading. Okay, what have we got? 1717, which is self-reliance. Exactly. Time has come to rely on your knowledge, your wisdom, and your ambition. You have an important soul mission and life purpose. Leaning on your inner strength will allow more of your path to unfold ahead. Exactly. You've got a lot of inner strength. You've got a lot of core strength. I think somehow you've been distracted in that, in realising that, or understanding that, or remembering that. And I think it's time for you to connect in with that. And that means letting go of, your own, either your own stuff or other things that you've attached to, which aren't allowing you to be self-reliant or to be independent or to be that strong self that you are, that you are at your core. All right, so pile number 2, that has been your message. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a reading, maybe like, comment. All of that will be gratefully received. I'd love to be able to build this channel. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. It's lovely to have you here joining me. So we are doing a reading on what you need to know right now and what is the message you need to hear. So you chose to come into the reading under this lovely Thorn card here from the Cosmic Child Oracle deck. Gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Lovely. So how you all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Sending you all my love and light as always. Reminding you that we are doing a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate with you. But it is timeless, so whenever you pick it up, it should be relevant. So let's start off with some tarot, and we're going to ask for pile number 3. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear right now? I mean, piles number 1 and 2 were very interesting, but let's see what pile number 3 has to say. What's going to be, what's the message for pile number 3? So please, can you tell me what's the message that pile number 3 needs to hear right now? What do they need to know? So I feel like that one wants to come out, which is the Empress. Beautiful. Okay, so the Empress. Oh, we also have the 9 of Swords. That flipped right out, didn't it? So the 9 of Swords. We have the Devil card. Okay. Devil card did actually come out in pile number 2. So I don't know if you're interested in pile number 2. That might be relevant if you are interested. Okay, so let's have a look. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear right now for pile number 3? 6 of Swords. So I don't know if you can see that there. Oh, I've lost my focus. Can you see that? Okay, hopefully that will come back into focus. Oh, it's better like that actually, isn't it? Okay. Then let's do some more. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? 3 of Pentacles. And then we've also got the 8 of Pentacles here. Right. And then the 7 of Swords. Let's get out some oracle cards before we say anything. So what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Trust the timing. This also came out in pile number 2. So if you feel you want to listen to pile number 2, that might be something that you find interesting. It says, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Okay. Let's have an angel number. Okay, so what have we got for what does pile number 3 need to know? We've got 1919 with transformation. Okay. It is asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connection to new beginnings. Okay. Right, okay. So what else have we got here? What do they need to know right now? What do they need to hear? Crossing the veil. Now, this is also something that came out with... No, did this actually came out in pile number 1, I think? Oh, I'm not sure if this came out in pile number 1 or pile number 2. But anyway, it did come out. So it's got more... I think this is pile number 1, actually. Crossing the veil with the morning, 37. I mean, there might be messages for you, pile number 3, in the other piles as well. But obviously, only if you want to listen to them. I'm not in any way saying you have to listen to them. Okay, so let's see what we've got. I feel like it's that one. Now, this also came out in pile number 2. Oh my God, at this point, it's uncanny. I definitely feel like you need to listen to pile number 2. We've got Omen there. Clouds. Confusion, negativity, unclarity, doubt, worry, uncertainty. And we do have the 9 of Swords here. Okay, let's see, what do we need to know? What do they need to hear? Enlightenment. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We realise that we are one with the divine. Okay. What I feel here is that you might have pile number 3, or you might be feeling hurt or in pain, or like something's causing you distress at the moment, right? Because we've got the Thorn card here. You're in the centre here with all these thorns around you, right? Or there might be something that you love, or that's or was loving, or with the roses here, or was, yeah, where there's love, but there's also pain, right? So I feel like there is pain and there is a bit of love as well, maybe, or maybe pleasure and pain, or something like that, right? But I feel like there's a bit of pain for you. Now, with the 7 of Swords being the overarching energy, maybe you feel like you've been cheated, somebody has betrayed you, or somebody has, or something has, no, it doesn't have to be somebody, something has let you down. You feel things aren't honest, there's no honesty around you, or there's inauthenticity. We've also got the Devil card here, which is, you know, negativity in all its forms, really. And we've got the 9 of Swords. So I feel like there's a lot of stress around for you at the moment. Maybe you're attached to negative people, negative places, negative situations. Maybe you yourself are creating a lot of distress for yourself by the way that you're thinking about something, by the way that you are attaching to something, by your own limiting beliefs with the Devil and the 9 of Swords. Easily done. I'm not in any way saying, please don't see that as judgment. And we can get into negative spirals of thinking and behaviours, particularly if we've, experienced a lot of difficulty in our lives. It's very, very easy to do that. So in no way am I judging you for that. But I feel that there is pain in your situation at the moment, or you are, in a painful situation. But maybe there's also love, right? There's also love for some of you. Now, we've also got clouds, so we've got confusion, negativity. Maybe you're not feeling clear. You might even be feeling like you're not sleeping properly. Maybe there's a huge amount of stress. Maybe you're not eating properly. Maybe you're just going through the meal. Now, with the morning card here, it could have been that you've lost something. So maybe you've actually lost something, or you feel like you're on the verge of losing something. So, for example, what would an example of that be? Maybe some of you are feeling that you have lost a connection, or you've lost a relationship, or you've lost something that you love. And obviously that would, affect you, how you're feeling, how you're thinking. maybe that's led to a little bit of a spiral of you, thinking negatively or behaving in negative ways. Or maybe that whole situation did have that in it as well, but it's kind of like, maybe something has been lost here in some way, right? But I think the good news here in all of this is that transformation, is there for you. Is that I feel that you, with the Six of Swords, are going to slowly move out of this, because you've got the Empress and the Six of Swords. But I feel like in many ways, it's to do with you helping yourself a little bit, right? So the Six of Swords is about gradually moving out of very tumultuous times into calmer waters. So the possibility, the potential for you to remove yourself from this thorn, these thorny times or these difficult times, right, is there. So the love with the roses, the good things, the good thing is still there, or the good route or the good path is still there for you. But I do feel there's something about you needing to, with the Empress, be a lot more loving and nurturing and kind to yourself than you are currently being. I feel like maybe you might be really putting yourself through the mill, really being down on yourself, or really having patterns of behaviour and thinking that is kind of making your situation worse, all right? So it's really about, now is the time for you to heal yourself, is for you to be more loving, more kind to yourself. So for example, right? So an example of that might be, you're in a negative spiral, you're in a negative mindset, and you decide that, you want to just eat a load of rubbish food, right? Because it gives you a quick hit, right? And I can completely relate to this. It gives you a quick hit, you want to, you want to have a burger and chips, you want to have some ice cream, you want to have a big bar of chocolate, and they all give you a quick hit. But the thing is, afterwards you probably feel like rubbish, right? Because you put rubbish into your body, right? And we all do it. Nobody's perfect. We all do it. Don't get me wrong. But I think if we continually do that, right, and continually feel rubbish, then at some point we have to take responsibility for that, don't we? And think, okay, well, if I continually do this to myself, then I'm going to continually, feel rubbish. It's going to be very bad for my health for lots of different reasons. That's going to impact on, my ability to do things, my ability to clearly think, my ability to keep my stress levels at a low, all of that, right? So what I feel like is kind of in your hands to start to adopt more nurturing, loving, caring thoughts and behaviours to yourself or for yourself, right? To transform, to decide that you want to transform your life from this kind of negative spiral that you might be in, this thorny difficulty. And it might be that, it was imposed on you, right? I'm not saying that it started off by you imposing it on yourself. It might have been something that you imposed on you. Maybe you lost something, or somebody behaved badly towards you, or, all those things that were out of your control. But what I'm saying is now it is within your control. It's within your control to transform that for yourself, to move forward in a more healthier, more positive way, to become more enlightened, to look at things in a more enlightened way, and to realise that you have the power, as it says in the transformation card, you do have the power to change your life, to change the direction of your life. We all do, right? We all do have that power. Some of us have harder situations than others, for sure. Some of us are born into harder situations than others, more challenging situations. We have more obstacles, more things to overcome. 100%, that is totally real. And I can believe me when I say I can completely relate to that. However, as adults, we do have the choice to try to move through those hurdles, right? To work through those hurdles. And I think that's what you're being told, that you have had many hurts, many disappointments. People might have betrayed you. You've, been in it's been a very stressful time for you, and it might have been years like that. And I do feel sorry for you in that respect, pile number 3, if that's your story. I totally get it. But, you know, it's now time to do what you can that's within your power to make positive steps, to take small positive steps to improving your situation, right? To crossing the veil, to moving over, transforming into a better life for yourself, right? To get rid of the clouds, or to at least manage the clouds better than what's been currently happening, okay? And I feel like with the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, you know, you will master that. You will get there, because the 8 of Pentacles is a card of mastery. And the 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. So I think part of how you'll get there is by reaching out to others, by reaching out for support, by reaching out for help, by you know, and that doesn't necessarily have to be counselling or anything like that, but it can be just reaching out and finding out, researching, reading, talking to people, connecting with positive people, because the 3 of Pentacles is about people that are there supporting you, right? So having supportive connections, having positive connections, connecting with people that give you something back, that respect you, that respect your capabilities, or respect you as a person. So it's about developing respectful connections and respectful relationships. So that's part of how you can do it, by just finding out information, researching information, finding out what you can do to break patterns or behaviours or situations that have been bringing you down, nurturing yourself, showing yourself love by what you're thinking, doing, eating, you know, your exercise routine, all of that, taking really good care of yourself, and, you know, learning to master you know, a better way of life for yourself, or a better path in life for yourself, right? Because at the moment, I just feel the 7 of Swords. I feel like you might be shortchanging yourself a little bit, or you might not be respecting yourself in the way that you deserve to be respected. And again, I totally get why people can get in that kind of spiral, or why people can get in that kind of pattern. I've done it myself many, many times. But it is, we do have the power within our hands. And trust me, I've been through lots of different things in my life. I haven't had an easy life. But, you know, I do very much believe that we do have it in our hands to change that. As adults, we definitely do. Obviously not children, but as adults we do. We can make choices. So I feel like what this message is saying to you is, make the choice to invest in yourself. Make the choice to say to yourself that I am worth it. I'm worth, you know, all of the investment, all of the nurture, all of the self-love. I'm worth all of that, so that I can live a better life than the one I'm currently living, or the one that I've lived in the past. Okay, and that is what I feel your message is here to tell you today. But I'm going to get one more angel card, a last angel number card for you, pile number 3. What is that going to be for pile number 3? And what they need to hear right now. What is the message that they need to hear right now? Which is change. 555, exactly, change. Right? So change happens outside your comfort zone. So it might not be comfortable to do it. Sometimes, often change isn't comfortable, but it is necessary. So the time for change is now. That's exactly what this message is about. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and to learn how to walk it. Take the next step. Allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. And this is the affirmation, pile number 3. I release all that no longer serves me, as I am guided to move outside of my comfort zone and let change in. I'm going to say that one more time. I release all that no longer serves me, as I am guided to move outside of my comfort zone and let change in. So there you go, pile number 3. That has been your message. I hope you've liked it. If you have, I would love it if you showed your appreciation by subscribing, hitting that bell, following for more, and maybe giving me a thumbs up or a comment. That would be fantastic. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.